So GITEX is almost one of the cornerstones of our international strategy, right? We've been in the market outside of North America, just kind of broadly speaking, for only about 2 years now. And we made the decision last year to first kind of debut ourselves at GITEX. I would say the customer reception and the amount of activity was off the charts relative to the size of the team that we have locally in the area. And so this year we doubled down on it, and we've subsequently picked up a lot of big customers in the region, all the way from Asia to South Africa and back. And so just feels like a really good place for us to be. And this year, it's a continuation of the theme that we had last year, which is let's get the word out about who VAST is. And I think it's off to a very strong start. It was founded kind of with a fundamental vision around unlocking access to customers' data and providing a simpler approach to managing data infrastructure at extremely large levels of scale. And so turns out that speed of data access and the complexity of data management is really important in today's terms as people start to embrace things like machine learning and deep learning for pretty much every single aspect of their business. And so for the last 4 years or so, we've been selling infrastructure into the market. We've established ourselves as the fastest growing infrastructure company in history with a very unique architecture that just makes data and data infrastructure management just completely simple for customers to manage. And so this year at GITEX, we're kind of happy and really excited to introduce to the region essentially a new approach to data processing that we introduced in August. It's called the VAST Data Platform, and it's the first system that essentially combines unstructured data management with structured data management into a holistic system that, for the first time in as best as we can tell, 30 years, pretty much everybody's file management, object management that they've been working with in terms of how they store unstructured data in their environments, that's always gone into archives where people can't touch or feel that data anymore, and it just kind of sits there static. Well, deep learning, both processors and these new algorithms, for the first time ever, can make sense of things like videos and imagery and sound and free text. And so now you kind of think about 90% of the world's data has been untouched or unmanaged for the last 30 years. For the first time ever, that data can be actioned. And the VAST Data Platform is really focused on making that a possibility for every customer. There's levels to it. And so when we started, we just took the covers off of a very simple storage story, which is that for decades, customers have had to choose on if they want high performance storage infrastructure or scalable and archival storage infrastructure. You can never get both. And for the first time ever, we came in and said you could collapse all these tiers, get fast access to all your data at exabyte scale. And so that's a really powerful message that has just helped simplify how customers deal with things up until now. And we've been fortunate to pick up a lot of really large customers and partners in the region that have kind of adopted that technology. Like, for example, Core 42 is kind of building out their entire AI cloud on this system alone. And the platform story, as we kind of elevate beyond just the storage message, we're applying those same innovations to different aspects of data processing infrastructure. So we invented something called the VAST database, which is the first transactional and analytical database that you have in one system. And it works in conjunction with that unstructured data management system so that, now customers have all these files and this unstructured mess that they've been managing forever. We couple that with a way to structure that data, and it brings it all together in one really simple solution that you can analyze and you can query upon, but it also keeps pace with all of the rapid data ingestion that customers have to deal with. So it's a really nice, tight packaging. And then the third aspect of the story comes in later next year, and we're already marketing this. It's something that we call the engine. And it's basically a compute mechanism that's really designed to refine unstructured data into structure. So, there's an endless amount of smart city projects that are happening around just this hall. If you think about it, every video that comes in, every audio file that comes in, if there's just this mechanism for very simple data processing where data comes at the center of the system and everything happens in real time and you can correlate against any other data event at massive levels of scale, it's just an easy approach for customers to tackle this problem. If you believe our sales team, it's going to be meteoric. It's an interesting time because A, we're establishing ourselves, and B, we're also trying to roll out a number of new products all at the same time, and customers are trying to figure out who we are. I think that we've been fortunate to partner with the largest customers to start in the region. And so now you have people looking at organizations like Core 42 saying, how can I do something like that? And so there's a lot of repeat sales that kind of look and feel the same way. And so, frankly, there's conversation around the company about the Middle East in particular being the largest region in the company. And it's just because there's this explosion of innovation and really an appetite to push the boundaries. And that's something that we help enable.